Hello, my YouTube friends. TeresaLouise here, and I'm back. I'm not sure how long today, and I'm still a little sick, so I'll try not to give it to you. Um, anyway, today is Saturday the 17th, and I need to do some long arming, so I thought I'd just come on for a little while and say hello, kind of catch up. Let me see if I can bring this up. Of course, I didn't schedule this, but hello, Katie. How's it going? Um, let's see, we have hi Donna, hello Kim, hi Mona. Hey Mona, I tried to watch that video, but it said private. So I don't know, something went wrong there or what. Hi Terry, hi Brenda, hi Joe. I'll switch this over to live chat. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. Oh. I'm better than I was. I cannot believe I have gotten sick twice, once in November and now in December. That just does not seem fair. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Light is kind of, that light is always shining. Hi, Kay. How are you doing? So I'm getting ready to put a quilt on the long arm. And I'm going to put the back on. So I thought we'd talk about backing a little bit. Let's see, can I put this right here? Yeah, hey, perfect spot. I like that spot. Yeah, that could be. I wondered about that. Maybe I wasn't over the first sickness. But this one's been a little bit different. It's started out with a headache and then a little bit of a sore throat and then a fever. And the fever kind of comes and goes, but that's probably because when I know I have a fever, I take something. So anyway, hi Dolores. Oh, that's for sure. Wash your hands and say your prayers because Jesus and germs are everywhere. Amen. You hear me fine? Thank you. Yes, I will try, Kim. I will try. Hi, Shelley. I'm putting meat away. I went to the store and stocked up for the coming storm and cold. Mona said she had a fever for a week. My first, in November when I was sick, I didn't have a fever at all. I mean, it elevated just a little bit because my normal temperature is below normal, a little bit below normal. And so it was a little bit above normal last month, but not enough to make me concerned. This time, it didn't go over 100, which I understand can be normal, but if you're sick, I would contribute that to being sick, you know. Anyway, so I have a quilt here, and I'm going to get it quilted up. I'm getting ready. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Mary Jane. Uh-oh. Kay's glue gun died, and I have parent gifts to finish. Uh-oh, you better go to the store. Better head to the store, Kay. Hey, Kathleen. Yep, I'm up and feeling a little bit better. I'm not sure how long I'll be up today, but um, anyway, I'm going to do some quilting, and you're welcome to join me. Let me know what you're working on in the chat, if anything. Or maybe you're just relaxing, which is a good thing. I'm only going to be on here for about an hour because I have to go to post office and pick up some medication that got shipped. So, and they close early on Saturdays. They close like at 2 o'clock. So I got to make sure and be down there before 2. All right. Let me see if I can wipe this board off. Then I'll use it to demonstrate. Get some of my scrap batting. Hi, Paula. How are you doing? Your medicine is still back ordered? Okay, that's all right. If you need to nap, you nap. I know how that is. Hey, that's coming off pretty good. Except for that red doesn't come off very good. The black comes off really good, but okay. So let's talk about backing for your quilt. Okay. If you are sending your quilt to a Longarmer, it's important to stay in good communication with him or her, okay? Because they will let you know how much extra backing they prefer. Most Longarmers want 8 inches. So if your quilt is 50 by 50, then the back would need to be 58 by 58. But some Longarmers can, take less than that. I prefer at least 4 inches extra all the way around, especially on the sides. I can get away with a little less on the bottom and the top, but the sides, I kind of like to have that extra. And a couple of reasons is, one reason is because we use these clamps to hold that down and, hold it tight. And we get better results that way. And a lot of times these clamps get in the way of the machine if we don't have enough backing on the sides. That's one of the main reasons why. So it really depends on what kind of clamps your Longarmer uses. I would like to get me some flat ones because they do run into this machine, and well, that kind of sucks when that happens because it makes your machine go wonky, right? Okay. The other thing, is that there are a couple of ways to sew your backing together. You could either, okay, this is your back, right? You can either sew it into 2 pieces so that this is the top. If I can write backwards. And you're sewing that line down the middle, right? Or you're sewing your 2 pieces of fabric so that the seam is down the middle. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is so that the pieces are sewn horizontal. So now this is the top still. right? So then your pieces are sewn horizontal. What way do you think a long armor prefers, and why? Didn't know you were going to have class today, did you? I'm going to draw 2 pictures here. Okay. So those are our 2 ways, right? Or maybe you have a whole bunch of pieces. That's something totally different. Like if you're just going to do all fat quarters, you know, for a backing, or like what I did the other day with the panel. That's now we're doing something totally different. Okay. But let's just stay with the basics for right now. Long armors really prefer it to be this way. And the reason why, so this is your top, right? Top. The reason why is we have bars. Here's a bar that runs like that, right? So here's our, I'll put this bar up here. So there's my bar. So when I roll the quilt up on that bar, this seam is going to get bulkier and bulkier as I continue up. And so pretty quick, I'm going to have this great big fat bulky seam line down there. And then what happens is that the long arm hits that, and then that will knock it off kilter. So really, they prefer it to be this way because we only have to deal with that seam horizontal, and we're not going to get all that extra bulk. It's just going to be one time through, and that's it. It doesn't cause any problems. Okay. Now, I understand that there are times when you have to put your top together like this. Okay. And that's fine. You know, most long armors can deal with that. I just have to raise the bar up a little bit higher, especially as I'm going along and this gets rolled up, because by the time I'm down here at the bottom, this seam is really thick. You understand what I mean by that? So, yeah, that's right, Kay. So that's the preferred way. So if you're sending it to the long armor and you haven't made your back yet, you might want to check with your long armor and make sure that they're okay with the seam being vertical, because they might be using a computerized system, and so their machine is just going, and so they have to be very aware of it, and take care of it. Whereas I'm doing free motion quilting, I can be, I'm there constantly, so I can tell if I'm going to have a problem or not. The other thing is, when you sew your pieces together, cut off your selvage. Okay? You don't leave the selvage in the top, so you don't leave the selvage in the back. The other reason why I like to have the pieces sewn horizontal is because I like my selvages to be on the side. When my selvages aren't on the side, then I've got to deal with the bias. So there's that too. Now sometimes if I receive a quilt backing that does have the selvages on there, if I have enough room, I go ahead and cut them off. Just because the selvages are more effort for the needle to go through that than it does just on regular fabric. So that's one reason why you want to cut it off. Plus, I don't know, you probably feel that. You know? It's just a good habit to get into. Cut your damn selvages off. Okay. Hi, Shirley. How's it going? The seams create a boldness. Yeah. It's okay. I didn't accuse anybody. I know I said a bad word. I'm sorry. All right. Sometimes back to backing. Sometimes you want to have a decorative backing, and that's all great. So you want your quilt to line up a certain way with your back. Just make sure that you talk to your long armor and make sure that they're really clear about how you want it done. And luckily, I had a great customer who sewed on a leader and ender on her quilt, so that made it a lot easier. So I know where I have to line up with the top of the quilt, so that really helps a lot. Hi, Mary. The other thing is with your backing. Now, I know things get shipped, and so they're going to come wrinkled somewhat, but you want to try and get it mailed to your long armor with less wrinkles as possible, because that's not always part of the service. Like, I know a lot of long armors who will charge their customers to iron. Personally, I do not like to quilt a quilt that has too many wrinkles in it, because the end results just don't look good. So what I recommend is go ahead and press it and then fold it up nice and neat. You know, it's still going to get fold lines in it, but those are a lot easier to take out than the really bad wrinkles. Like if you just, you know, mushed up your quilt back and just threw it in the box, that would not be a good thing. Because long armors charge anywhere from $25 an hour to, you know, I don't know, $60, depending on where you live. Do you really want to be paying your long armor to iron for you? So keep that in mind. Like I said, it's, you know, I know that once you fold it up and mail it, it's going to get some folds in it. But those are a little bit easier to deal with than if it's real wrinkled. Now, I'm not saying that this one was wrinkled. And I do press them, and depending on how bad they are, I might charge you if I have to spend a lot of time pressing, because to press the back and the front can take almost an hour, you know, 45 minutes, depends on how bad it is and how big the quilt is. So if it's not too bad, it doesn't take me too long, then, you know, I don't usually charge people. So no, that wasn't you. My frame is 10 foot. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just, as things come up, I just want to let people know what long armors deal with, or, you know, how to, we want to keep the price as low as possible for you, and yet the long armor still is able to recoup their time that they put into it. So, I mean, there's a lot that I have to do before I can even get the quilt on the long arm. So, and, you know, I don't charge you for, you know, me cleaning and putting a new needle on and oiling and doing all that stuff. That's, you know, normal stuff that's got to be done. But the best ideal is when I receive a quilt that I can just throw it on there and get going. If I got to spend time on it, you know, then, you know, my time is worth something. The other thing before I forget is with your backing, you want to back stitch all your seams. Okay, so be sure and do that, back stitch, because when we pull on this, especially on the seams, they could come apart. So be sure and back stitch your seams. So is there any questions on any of this so far? Yeah, thank you, Kay. Kay said, I think it's good to know from your perspective. Plus, Kay, you have a long arm now, and so these are some of the things you're going to have to, you'll be dealing with, right? Hi, Susan. How are you doing? As far as the stay stitch around the whole perimeter, you don't have to do that on the backing. Just back stitch your seams. Now, if you are having a minky or Shannon fabric, you know, the minky stuff, um, I always do a zigzag stitch all the way around the whole back. Um, because that helps stabilize it, I do a small zigzag stitch as wide as I can, but not, I mean, you know, as wide as I can, but not real long, kind of medium length. Uh, and that will help stabilize it because Minky's a bear. I don't mind quilting Minky. It doesn't bother me. But if I receive one from a customer and they haven't done that, I do it because I get a lot better results. It just seems to stabilize the fabric more. I know that's what, yep, that's awesome, Susan. So shout out to Susan, has a new channel. Um, let me go get it for you. Go to channel. And right now, if you go to her channel, oh, look, 106. Awesome. So let's try and get her up higher this weekend. Look under live for her videos because right now she's got 3 videos and they're all under live, the live category. Oops. See if I can. There. So if you're not subscribed to Susan yet, that would be awesome. Go check her out. Susan is a really sweet person. Okay, let me look here real quick and see if. What about the way you did yours? I don't think I had any problems with yours, Mona. Oh, yes, I did. Uh, come to think of it. The other thing is you want to make sure your back is square, okay? Especially the bottom and the top, because that is what lines up the back. And if this is not square, your quilt is not going to be, back is not going to be squared up. Now, that might not make a big difference if you're like using um, one big piece of 108. Well, actually, it does. I've had to square up 108s too. And, but yeah, you want to make sure that back is squared up. I usually will measure the quilt before I put it on the long arm and make sure everything's squared up so I don't have to take it off, because that's a real pain. I've had to do that before, didn't even think about it, that it wasn't square. Got a backing on there and I was like, what the heck? I mean, it was all, it was all wonky. So I ended up having to take it off and square it up. That's the other thing. Square it up. So yeah, I did have to square yours up a little bit, Mona. But it wasn't too terribly bad. It doesn't bother me so much on the sides, but the top and the bottom really have to be squared. Okay. How are you going to put that wine away, Cam? That's right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So let's go back to the stay stitch. If you more on your top, if you have pieced your, like say you did a piano key border, definitely do a stay stitch all the way around that. Or when you are piecing it, that you do a back stitch on it. And on your last border on your top, you definitely want to do a back stitch on those. And I would say that would be even if you're not taking it to the long armor, if you're quilting it yourself, because you're moving it around and you're twisting it and turning it, those stitches come apart really easy. So do a back stitch, or if it's heavily pieced border, just go ahead and sew around the whole thing. Yeah, we had fun last night when you were sleeping, Susan, trying to get you up over 100. It never comes out, Mona. Well, maybe one of these times I can do a video on how to square up the backing. Just on the border, Mary. So let me get a quilt. So for instance, here's a border here, and I would back stitch this right there because that's my last one. And then this is a pieced It's charm squares, right? So each one of those, I would do a back stitch. And if you don't want to do that, then just go ahead and do a one, stay stitch all the way around. But you're sewing it together anyway, so it's not that much harder to just go ahead and do a back stitch there, because these come apart really easy. On this one, I got a couple I need to fix, and this will get pulled and stretched and moved around, and so those will come out off really easy. And I always look at those tops before I get started, because it's a lot easier for me to fix it right now than to wait until I have it on the long arm. Then it can be a real bear. This is a really pretty quilt, though, I have to tell you. Oh, I can't see it too well. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. And how happy is that quilt going to be, huh? It's awesome. It's really pretty. I have some of this fabric that has the jars on it. And it has little sayings too. It's really pretty. And she did really good. She marked the top for me. So front, top, which I knew this wasn't front, but that's funny. So that's really helpful. If you have a preference of how your quilt is, is going to be on your bed, then you definitely want to mark which one is the top. Same thing with the back. If you have a preference, then you need to mark the backing top, or top of the quilt. Which she did on this one, so that's really helpful. Shelly is making soap today. If you receive a quilt that the maker serged, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's okay if you do that. I think it's probably more work than you need to do, but that would be really good for Minky. Because I don't know if you can serge Minky or not, but that would help stabilize it. Hi, Melina. Yeah, I'm on, and congratulations. You were the winner last night. Yeah, it's not, because 108 is not square. It depends on how they cut it at the store, because 108s are still on a bolt, and they measure that out like they do regular fabric, and they can cut it really messy. I have several 108s down here that I got from an online YouTube seller, and they're really crooked. So usually what I do with 108s is I just rip it instead of cutting it. I just rip it so that the thread line will make it even. That's what they used to do when they used to cut fabric at the quilt store. They ripped them, right? Hi, Lori. Oh, lasagna. I would love lasagna. Hi, Tucker. Hi, Patsy. Hi, Jim. It is a beautiful quilt. I agree. No, it's not my quilt. It's a customer's quilt. But she sure picked beautiful colors. Terry, did that make sense? I was trying to answer your question about how to backstitch and stuff. Is Donna here? Hi, Donna. I would love some lasagna. I tried to buy some at the grocery store the other day, but they were out. Yep, you got to rip it to make it straight, says Beth. Totally agree. And 108s are pretty bulky to try and, unless you have a great big table like me, um, to square it up with. But it's just faster and easier to rip it. Oh, they do, Susan? Susan said they rip fabric at her quilt shop. Hi, Kathy. Ripping it sounds scary. Oh, wow. That sounds cool, Tucker. Tucker says, I'm currently trying something new, having my long arm stitch out stockings on silk. Wow, I'd like to see a picture of that. Oh my goodness, Beth. 10 boxes of Girl Scout cookies? Yeah, their target audience, a Prego lady. Oh boy. Okay, Ellen, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So I'll say it one more time. If you're not subscribed to Susan, she's a new channel just starting out. I'd love for you to go over and subscribe to her, check her out, and see if she's your cup of tea. It looks like she's going to be doing a lot of lives, possibly during the day sometime. So if you're one of us that is a stay-at-home person and you like to visit with other people during the day, then you'll love Susan's channel. And I don't know what all her plans are, so she could have other plans too. Oh, 108 now? Awesome. Yeah, and we're going to do a giveaway tomorrow for her. So if we can get her up to 150 subscribers by tomorrow, I'll have a giveaway during my day. Okay. I'm not sure yet what it's going to be, but it'll be good. Maybe one of my floss wallets, if you all would like that. I'll give you a choice. Floss wallet or, I don't know, fabric. Something. Great. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Beth. Okay, so I'm going to get this pen. Okay. So, are there any other questions about backing? Oh, you're more than welcome, Susan. More than welcome. All right. So, go ahead and start getting this pen. And then I'll probably have to go ahead and go. I don't know. What time is it? Okay. Don't let me forget. I got to leave a little between like 1:30 and a quarter till. Awesome, Kim. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Oh, yeah, for sure, Terry. Susan will have to do a happy dance on her next live. Thank you, Polly. You guys are awesome. And Beth has a channel too. If you're not subscribed to her, you hers is Goody Good. I love her channel. She is such a sweetheart. Let me put that in for you. And yeah, any of the moderators, you do explanation point friends and see who's in there, and then you can bring those channels up. Anybody can do that. It doesn't have to be the moderator. Oh, you're doing the happy dance. Okay, Terry. Yeah, see there, those are the people I have in the bot right now. So, oh yeah, see, and Tucker was here earlier, and Donna's here. They both have a channel. You put their channels in there. And Kay has a channel too. And I haven't seen Stephanie in forever. I hope she's okay. Yeah, we need to get Kay's channel going. Beth is doing really good. I think she's over 1,000 now. And Tucker, he got up to over 3,000. So that's awesome. And I got quite a few new subscribers for the Quiltmas. So if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy our channel here. Now I've only put the backing on the wrong way one time. And thank goodness that was a little table runner. And the front and the back colors were so close. Similar, you know, in color. It wasn't until I took it off that I realized. No, I was about halfway done with it. So I had to pick it all out. So now I'm very careful, make sure I have it on there the right way. Have you ever done that, Tucker? Or Donna? Put your backing on right side up instead of right side down. It makes a mess. Oh, I got my my zebra done, pretty much. I'm just going to kind of look it over and see, and I might touch it up with some oil paint. I don't know. So, but I got all the acrylic part filled in. The zebra. I'll show you. Pretty cool, huh? I think it turned out pretty nice. I don't think you can really tell that it's a paint by number. I got all my numbers covered up pretty good. I mean, when you get up close to it, maybe you can kind of tell, but I tried to make sure all the numbers were covered and all the lines were covered. But yeah. Yep. Pretty. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. Thank you, Kay, for the thumbs up. Well, thank you. She called me a real sweetheart, too. Oh, I try. Can't wait to see what this looks like after it's done. It is going to be cozy, and it's so pretty. It's going to be one of those that you want to cuddle up with. I guess if you have fabric that frays quite a bit, then yeah, I think I would do a stay stitch all the way around that. Because like some of those solids, they're really terrible about fraying. So if you're using a solid Bella or Kona cotton, I would definitely do a stay stitch all the way around that. Don't forget, today is the last day of Quiltmas, so be sure and sign up for that. Go back to my 11th day Quiltmas video, and the document is in there. I'm not, once the giveaway is over, I'm not saving any of that information, okay? So don't worry about that. I'm not selling it to anybody. It's a very private, all that. It'll all get cleared away, gone. Because I know some people don't like giving all that information out, but that's how we did it. So you want to go get that filled out if you haven't done it yet. If you want the quilt. One of these days I'm going to get me those red snappers or something different, because this pinning is for the birds. Takes a long time. Usually it's not this long, but because I'm talking. Oh, okay. One time I basted a quilt on backwards, but before I started quilting, I realized the backing was on backwards. One of the benefits of basting the whole quilt first. That was close. I've tried basting the whole quilt, but I don't know. I just get so much bulk built up. Then I have to take the basting out and fix it. I don't know if I'm basting wrong. Maybe you should do a basting video, Tucker. Yeah, the last time I did it, it just made a really big mess. So luckily it was on one of my quilts, so like I don't think I want to do that anymore. Pretty sunny day today, but it is cold out there. Okay. There's that part. Okay, let's see. Red snappers, I like them. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, I might do the sew tights. Yeah, I think paint by number is really relaxing too. How's everything in Queensland, Australia? Hi, Nancy. Boy, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name at all. Um, it's Celesta. Celeste? Celeste? Teresa thinks people should just make it a habit of doing a stay stitch. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I would definitely start out small first. Okay. Tiffany uses the red snappers. She she really likes them. No, misspelling is no big deal, Polly. Hi, Diana. Tennessee. Awesome. Oh, great. We're great company for sewing. Okay. All right. At least we try to be. Right, everybody? I think my husband must be taking a nap. Got really quiet downstairs. This middle part right here is what's going to worry me. So as I'm coming down, because it's kind of puckered, so as I'm coming down, I'll have to be aware of that. and look under the machine or look under the table at the quilt back. And make sure it doesn't get all wrinkly. You're going to be able to see how that, when that bulks up in the middle, it makes things crooked. But I'll show you what I do. I do what you call rolling it on the bars. So if we, hopefully I get this other part pinned on here and I can show you. I don't know, I might have to, take it apart. Getting pretty wrinkly there. Well, we'll see what happens here. I'll put the top on and see if I can roll it out. Hopefully I can roll it out. Oh. All right. I guess I had to bring my tablet back here so I can see what you guys are saying. Hi, Sweetheart Creations. Hello, We Quilt Studio. Yeah, I did blend, Mary. I did a lot of blending on that paint by number for sure. Because that was kind of driving me crazy, having those all, you know, little lines. So. I know. I thought about doing the zipper thing for my leaders, but I thought I'm not gonna like sewing those on and then ripping it out. So I'm not even gonna try that. Now, I know a few quilters that do that, and they love it because they have several sets. And so when they receive a quilt, they just go ahead and put the zipper on and then hang the quilt in the closet or whatever, and it's ready to go. And then they can just zip it on. But I don't know. I'm either going to try the magnets or something different. Yeah, what Kim said, We Quilt Studio, does that help you? You have to type the person's name in exactly as they are. It can't just be part of their name. It's got to be the whole name. Otherwise, it won't highlight. Like you couldn't do at TeresaLouise. Well, you can, but it's not going to highlight my name. You have to type out the whole thing. Yeah, and what Kay said, it's got to be exactly the same as the person has it. So we would have to, when we do yours, we'd have to do at, capital W, little e, capital Q, so on and so forth. It just seems so simple with just 2 pieces of fabric. Who knew? I know. Well, what happens is it shifts. You know, when you're out sewing 2 pieces together, long pieces, especially, it's not as bad if you use a walking foot. Your fabric doesn't shift as much. You think you have everything square, the 2 pieces, exactly cut out the same, sew them together, and by the time you get down to the bottom, one piece is longer than the other. Like maybe I should start out when I started sewing that one piece is like an eighth, one sticking out at 1/8 of an inch or something. I don't know, just a little bit off kilter a little. Maybe it'll end up straight. Well, we'll see what happens here. If I can get it straightened out. If I can't, then I might have to take it apart. Sorry to say. But I'll try this technique that I use. You roll the bars, and sometimes that'll straighten everything out. I'll show you here in just a second. Because this is a really good thing to know if you have your own long arm. And especially if you know your leaders are straight. Gotta have straight leaders or it doesn't work. How am I doing on time? close. Well, I think I have time to roll the bars. So. Yeah, that's going to be really crooked. I don't know if this will work, okay? We'll have to see here. Okay. So what you do is don't worry about making sure it's real straight. You just roll because I'm going to try and let my leader straighten it out. So you just roll these bars. You see how it's getting straight already? I don't know if you can see that or not. It's getting straight already, so that's good. Okay, I'm just about to the end. So when you get to the end, you go all the way as far as your leader until your leader stops. Okay. And then you're going to roll it back the other way until your leader stops. So you're going to put your leader so that it's all the way out. Or, you know. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to straighten my leader up as I come along. And when you're doing that, you want to hold them firm, not really tight, but firm. That's why I'm keeping two hands on here, because I'm keeping that bar firm. I don't want my quilt to droop as I'm doing this. And I can also tell by the seam line, the seam line's still a little bit off, but not too bad. Not as bad as it was. It's still kind of puckering up right there. So I'll just slide that. And it's puckering right where the three come together. Plus, doesn't help having the bulk of that seam right down the middle like that. Now you're kind of seeing why we rather have horizontal seams than vertical. Hi, Vicki. I might have to do this more than once. See how it's starting to flop here? It was nice and tight, and both sides are flopping down now. and it's just tight, really tight in the middle. All right, all the way out. Yeah, it's really bad. Really bad. Shit. Try it one more time, see what happens. You sure you want a long arm? This is the kind of stuff you know, that happens sometimes. Yeah, that um maybe if I put some batting pieces up in here under the bar. Oh, maybe we quilt. Maybe. And I think I might have to like tuck a piece of batting in every so far. And that'll make that a little bit tighter on each side because I'm tight in the middle because of the seam, and So yeah, let me try that. Because I need to make these outers a little puffier, right? Each time, cut a few of these off. I've done it like this before. Use batting pieces. You had to seen one of the quilts I had once. Oh my God. It was really bad. This isn't anything as bad as as one of the quilts I had. And these little pieces of batting that I'm putting on there, they're not going to get in the way of quilting because I have extra inches on the side there. And I don't need to put it down the hole. You see how much how much tighter that is? Just having that folded piece of batting on each end. Now I'm probably going to have to do it again here. But it is getting more tight on the sides. Definitely looking a lot better. You like my way better? Yeah. Now see how much time I have spent on this backing. And then you wonder why your long armers charge so much. But maybe they're not as picky as me, you know. I like that. I don't want to have extra fullness in the back at all. So, you know, maybe I'm being more picky than some long armors would be. But my quilting reputation is important to me. And so I want to try and do the best that I can, you know, to make things look square, make things straightened up, you know, all that stuff. And I'm not complaining, so don't think I'm complaining. I'm just trying to, I think it's really important that you see situations like this. Um, so what's happening is it's puckering up in the middle, and the middle is staying really tight, but the sides are not, and so it's causing a pucker. So right here, I'm going to have to put more batting in there. This might need a bigger piece. So this is why I wanted to come on here live today, because I thought I probably would have problems with this quilt. Because of the vertical seam. But it also gives me an opportunity to show you guys possible ways to fix that, your problem. Okay. All right. That seemed to make a big difference. So. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. I got it. Okay. Now I can put my batting on. Whew. Hi, Marie. Yeah, I need to get going probably. I need to sit down is what I need to do. Let me sit down a minute. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about what I just did? I don't know how well you could see that, but I'm going to move the camera. Move this. You're going to go for a ride. Here we go. And I have the camera up really high. Okay, I need a drink of water. Yeah, and I need to work on the Christmas quilt too. I'm still putting the border on it. By the way, did you know I don't think I said in my Quiltmas video, but I'm doing a scrappy binding on the Christmas quilt. So I should have that done by tomorrow. I hope. In the label. Hi, Yolanda. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, I talked about that already, Sandra, at the beginning. If you're sending your quilt to a Longarmer, really, it's better if your seams are horizontal for your backing. You're eating an orange. That's okay. I haven't had an orange in forever because of my stomach. Yes, I'm doing the Christmas ornaments Monday on Kathy's channel. So let's see, I'll be over there at noon Pacific Standard Time. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. I hope it helps. Oh, Teresa. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, that is so kind of you. Oh my God, you guys. Did you see what Teresa just did? She's sending me a set of red snappers. They're going to be here by the 29th. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. God, you're going to make me cry. Hi, Pam. Cleaning the room, huh? I know, that is amazing. She saw me struggling over there. She's taking pity on me. Oh, thank you. Love you too. We'll try again tomorrow, Susan. I'll be a little more focused on keeping people moving over there. Subscribe to your channel. Let me know if it gets to 150 before tomorrow. And still going to have that giveaway tomorrow. So, hi, Jeannie. That's a good trick with the batting on the ends. You're going to love the red snappers. I use them. Awesome. I can't wait. Mona said she's still ironing. Hey, Mona, did you hear me say that I tried to watch your video? but it said, when I clicked on it, it said private. So I couldn't watch it. That's for sure, Teresa. She said, us fibro girls have to stick together. Absolutely. All us girls in general have to stick together. Right? Oh, Nancy said that happened to her also. So she wasn't able to watch the video either. Okay, thanks, Mona. I know, that's okay. We just keep learning. I know, and I'm going to be sharing other things tomorrow. But I got to get to the post office because I have to pick up prescriptions, so I can't stay any longer. Sorry, you guys. Maybe I might come back on later. But yeah, I think that trick worked really good with the putting the batting in there on the ends. So lots of tips and tricks today. And if you want to go watch the rest of it, earlier, I talked about backing and how you should do your backing and things to remember for your top, especially all of this is if you're sending it to a long armor. If you're not, you're doing it yourself, then, if you want to cause yourself problems, you go right ahead. Let me look real quick and see if anybody had any questions. Okay. If your question did not get answered today, be here tomorrow. I'll be here at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for our regular Sunday sew and chat. So I'll see you guys then, okay? Yeah, who said that anyway, Mary? Of course you can. Okay, all right. Explain to Pam what red snappers are. They're a long plastic or rubbery. It comes in 2 pieces, and one piece goes to your leaders on your long arm, and then the other piece you put your backing on there, and then the other piece goes on there and you squish it down instead of using pins. I don't think Pam has a long arm anyway, so it's something you use on the long arm. Yeah, that makes better sense, Teresa. Thank you. Red snappers are for loading a quilt on the long arm. Yep. Okay, thanks, Marie. All right, see you around, Jim. Bye, Meredith. I hope that helped, Pam. Okay, I better get going, you guys, before that post office closes. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, if not somewhere else before then, because you never know. See you in a chat somewhere. Love you guys. Bye.